It's YouTube time, baby. So how's the exercising going for you?
Not too bad. Haven't done. I usually do a weigh-in on Mondays, and I haven't today because I was busy. But I feel good.
Nice.
How about you,
I'm
man?
Oh, not too bad. I didn't do a weigh in today. I normally weigh in every morning, but I was like, I like a little piggy this weekend. Not gonna do it. But I went to the gym today. I do 3 days a week, just weightlifting, and then I also do cardio about every day. So I ran while I was at the gym after I lifted, and then I hit the bike when I got home because my bike broke again. Um, Last week sometime, broke a spoke on it, and so then I had to like email because like the Tomaso's website, that's the name of my bike, didn't have any stuff on like what type of spoke I needed. So I had to email them and go back and forth. And then they're like, which side is it on? So I'm like, the right side. It's like, okay, so then it's gonna be this size spoke. I'm like, okay, that's crazy. So the spoke came in today. So I got that put back on, got my bike all put back together. I went for a 7 mile ride today when I got home. And yeah, it was pretty good.
Dang, it's a lot of miles, man. A lot of
It
miles.
not really. I'll just say that. I need to up my mileage for sure.
You could just take the compliment. Say, hey, thanks.
Thanks. You're right. You're actually 100% right. That was a dick move on my part. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
My goal, well, like my goal, like this week, since I'm getting back heavy into writing, is to break like do 100 this week, 100 miles total, and then like after that, be like trying to average like 150 to 200 miles a week.
Now that is a lot of miles.
That is a lot of miles. But like I want to do the fucking Iron Man. I gotta get serious about it, you know?
I feel you. I feel you. All right, shall we mad lib it up?
Let's Mad Lib it up.
Hey, this one's called Aerial Tours with Tails.
When you first said aerial tours, I was thinking this was like a Little Mermaid Mad Lib.
Different Ariel.
Yeah.
An adjective.
Wet.
A noun.
Fish pussy. Also known as a catfish.
Okay, a color.
Um, Silver.
Plural noun.
Balls.
A noun.
Belly button.
Verb.
Swim.
Why are you doing the opposite of what it is?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. It's because you said Little Mermaid, and now you're thinking nautical shit when it's
Hey
about the air. An
man,
adjective.
I'm gonna go stinky.
Plural noun.
Um, what's the name of those airplanes that fly but they can land on the water? Two of those. I'm gonna Google
Okay.
it really quick. Water airplane. I swear, if that fucking Sully movie comes up where that idiot just crashed his plane in the water and they're like, "Oh, he's a hero," comes up, I'll be so mad. Oh, two seaplanes, please.
Oh gosh. Okay, an animal.
Fish.
And
Ooh, shark.
I already wrote fish.
Fuck.
Speaking of a verb ending in ing.
Fishing.
Is that your final answer?
This, yeah. Oh, no, sharking.
Okay. Man, the one time you don't use fucking, and it really would have worked here. Really would have worked. Another noun.
um, Sharks, or just a shark. Dude, next time you just gotta get porn on my brain, so then that way I won't be thinking about the Little Mermaid.
You can't use fucking, but another verb ending in ing.
Um, Paragliding.
Plural part of the body.
The teats.
Celebrity.
Ooh, let's go with Halle Berry. Because whenever they cast that new girl, her name's like Haley Bari or some shit. I was like, they cast Halle Berry as Little Mermaid. She's a little old. Still looks great, but and then I found out it was that girl. I'm like, oh, okay.
A person.
Let's say Kyle Hodge.
I don't think we should call out people we know without their permission.
I mean, okay, fine. Let's go with someone that you won't care about. Lindsay Camfield. That's
Wait.
Mr. Camfield. He was our history
Okay.
teacher.
I forgot his first name was Lindsay.
Yeah.
Look, I'll say the caveat is that if they're a pedophile, it's fine. Our high school history teacher was a pedophile.
He would look down girls' shirts. And then one time he also grabbed, though she was 18 at the time, he did smack her ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then also another fun fact, a friend of ours. So this is how old this fucker was. A friend of ours, Rhonda, she told a story about her mom when she was in school. That's how old this creep is. We're doing this stuff. He told her mom because they asked, how old are you? And he said, hey, you have to see my driver's license. You can get it out of my pocket. Yeah. He had a job for years.
Yep. Yep. He never got fired.
Nope. After he smacked the girl's butt, they were like, nah, you're just going to have to retire after this year.
Justice. Verb.
Slap an ass.
A number.
Oh man, 69 all day.
And a plural noun.
Um, let's go with piranhas.
Okay. I don't know what this one's going to be like, honestly.
It's gonna be fucking weird, that's for sure.
All right. Aerial tours with tails. Buckle up and get ready for a wet ride. Owned and operated by Tails, Aerial Tours offers riders a super scenic front row fish pussy to the beautiful, gently rolling silver balls that Green Hills, Montana is named after. Fly along with a friendly fox pilot and his powerful twin tails in this once-in-a-belly-button experience. Sit back, relax, and swim as you soar over lush, stinky forests and rugged seaplains. Watch closely, and you may spot a wild fish sharking in the bushes. If you're really lucky, you may spot the elusive winged shark. Bring a camera to capture memories, especially if Tails decides to engage in evasive maneuvers, such as diving, barrel rolling, and other stunt paragliding. For the safest experience, always keep arms and teats inside the vehicle. Previous customers, including Halle Berry and Lindsay Camfield, call aerial tours with Tails a must-ass slap. A must-ass slap experience and rate it 69 piranhas. Call today to book your trip.
Nice. What's the number?
Oh man, don't make me think of this.
You should have gave comic headquarters number, and then you could be like, no, but we got comics, and then like, oh, I'll buy a comic, and then you become a millionaire. True. What you drinking?
That right there is a little mixed drink, Casey. A little mixed drinky.
What's it mixed? You got like
we've got whiskey, lime juice, and half of a lime popsicle in it.
Is that like a lime popsicle added version of a whiskey sour?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what a whiskey sour is.
No, you're correct. I mean, okay. It doesn't have simple syrup in it like a sour normally would, but
okay. Got you.
Okay, shall we?
Let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's Casey with Two Worlds Podcast, and with me, as always, it's the James P. Sullivan to my Mike Wachowski. It's Jake. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. That Monsters Inc., right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I've never seen that movie all the way through.
Oh, how come?
That was in my time of Disney's evil and I don't want to watch it era, so I just never watched it all the way through. I remember watching it at school every once in a while. Like it'd be like, oh, it's a half day today. Let's watch this movie that we'll never watch the other half of.
Let's watch 40 minutes of this Disney movie. Right
that
on.
Was the same thing with like Finding Nemo. Never watched that one. I mean, I've seen it all. Like I know what happens, but I've never watched it in one sitting.
That movie terrifies me.
Why?
Because I'm afraid of the ocean.
Oh, I got you. Are you just like, oh shit, these fish are gonna get lost in the ocean? Because I mean, they're it's about fish, man.
It is about fish, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Just freaks me out.
No, I mean, I 100% get being like, yeah, I don't want to be in the ocean, but at the same time, I'm like, it's a movie about fish. They're allowed to be in the ocean. They're made for it.
They are. I just don't want to be. You're seeing the movie from their perspective, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in their perspective if they are in the ocean.
I got you. So like you were feeling like right at home when they're all when like Nemo's with the other fish in captivity, mm-hmm. And you're like this is where he needs to stay.
Yep.
It's safe here.
Yep.
Like Adam Sandler,
captivity is okay with me.
Yeah, like you're grabbing his face, like don't ever go back.
Cherish.
Let us know down below. Did you like Finding Nemo or Monsters Inc? Or were you an Up fan? Because Up, that's where it's at, if you ask me.
Well,
ooh, I want to make a sequel called Down, where it's just them going in a submarine.
Ooh. Don't know about that one. All right. Shall we talk some news?
Let's talk some news, man.
We have the same amount, so I'll defer to the lady.
Oh, right. So Invincible's getting an Adam Eve one shot, and by getting, I mean it's already out on Amazon Prime. It's one episode. Yeah, it should be pretty cool. I haven't got to watch it yet. I'm planning on it sooner or later. And then the first 4 episodes of season 2 start airing weekly November 3rd. to November 24th. And then there's going to be a break, and the next 4 episodes will air in early 2024. They already have the season after that written. And it's like, why did it take so long for this season to come out? I mean, I get writing it takes a while, but holy crap, the animation's not good enough for this long of a wait. I don't know if you've watched Invincible, have you?
Nope.
It's good. You'd like it. But the animation's like mediocre at best. There's sometimes where it's really rough. I'm like, why is it taking so long? This is
Right.
not One Punch
It's
Man
not One Punch
quality.
Man. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it doesn't really make any sense. But no, I'll be interested in seeing how that goes.
Right on. All of my stuff is comic related, so I don't know if one's more important than the other, but Dan Slott is going to be doing more Superior Spider-Man in October. Ryan Stegman will be on the art. I guess Marvel thought, you know what? It's been long enough. It's been 1 year. Let's do some more Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, is there people, because I know your shop, it's like Spider-Man sells really well. Like, do you think this Superior Spider-Man is going to sell really well, especially since, oh, is it Zeb Wells that's on current Spider-Man?
He is.
Yeah, so everyone hates that. So maybe they're like, well, let's just bring on an old reliable to and drum up some sales.
I see. I don't think it will. I don't think it will because the last couple miniseries haven't. And I mean, people don't like Zeb Wells, but they still want Peter Parker.
Yeah, I will say though, from just seeing stuff I saw, I mean, I know not at your shop, but stuff I saw online, his Spider Boy stuff, like the first appearance of that, sold insane amount of reprints and all that crap
Yep.
because
They
he was
the
bragging about that.
third print was out last week or the week before.
I gotcha.
Yep. Cool design. Real cool
Yeah,
design.
I just have trouble caring about these new Spider characters.
I know. I know. We just don't need them.
Yeah,
Too many lanterns, too many spiders.
too many Flash characters, too many
Yep. Too
Bat
many Robins. Yep.
characters.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so there's a new DC animated movies that got announced for 2024, and boy, did we not ask for them. It's Watchmen, the animated version, and then A Crisis on Infinite Earths, the animated version. It's like two things that are going to be hard to animate.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it, and it's gonna be rough.
I mean, I think Watchmen could be the better of the two if they just like shot for shot remake that book. Or where Crisis on Infinite Earths is one of the most important comic stories ever told. However, it does not hold up. It's
I've
not.
not read it.
If you read it today, you're like, this isn't very good.
Really.
And if you disagree with me, let me know why. Because I would love to hear your take on it. But it's dated, and the only thing anyone can ever tell you about it is that Supergirl dies and Barry Allen dies, and he stays dead for like 30 years.
And I will say the art though, it's incredible.
Sure. Yeah, I mean it looks good. The creative team in general is good. It's just one of those event books. It's like, oof, it doesn't do it anymore, you know?
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't see first off, I don't see DC doing Watchmen justice with an animated movie at all. I have a feeling it's gonna be just rough, and it's also like DC. Alan Moore has said time and time again, and I know he's a fucking psychopathic wizard, but he has said time and time again, stop messing with this stuff. Wait till he's dead. I mean, he is knocking on death's door anyway. Just wait him out and then do all this crap. At least then he can just roll around, roll in his grave over it. But like now it's just like you guys are just taunting him. He's gonna cast a spell on you.
And then I think it would be real. It would be a
Yeah.
real spell.
And Crisis to me, it's too big for one movie. Like that'd have to be a four-parter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it'd be a long one. That or they're just not going to do it justice, and it's not going to be good anyway.
Yeah.
Before we move on, speaking of Alan Moore and Watchmen, I want to show you this bonkers exchange from Twitter. Read this.
All right. Okay, so it's a Wendy's tweet for those that are listening. Wendy's, I am tired of lunch. These clowns, I'm tired of people caught in the freezers of their beef. DC, but you at Wendy's, you're just a burger. The world's tastiest burger poses no more threat to me than does its tastiest chicken sandwich, Wendy's. We're all puppets, DC. I'm just a puppet that can see the
beef. We're all puppets, DC.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just a puppet that can see the beef. Like, this is unhinged, but like I think it's hilarious.
I'm all for the Wendy's Watchmen verse.
Yeah. I know you're a big Wendy's boy.
I am. I mean, no, fuck. They're not gonna be our sponsor. So I'll just say this: their prices are too damn high.
I would argue that all fast food prices are too damn high.
I mean, they are, but when you're like, okay, we're off subject, but if I go to Taco Bell, okay, and it's like, boy, going to Taco Bell, I'm buying enough food to feed 5 people just to shove in my fat face. And it's like $20. I'm like, yeah, I bought a lot of food. I go to Wendy's, I buy a meal. And it's like, this is the same price as the shit I just bought at Taco Bell.
I'll stand corrected. I'll give you that. Taco Bell is not overpriced.
But... And then like Burger King isn't too bad. Fucking even Arby's isn't too bad. Though I'm gonna tell a bad experience I had just the other day at Arby's. I went to Sam's Club, I got groceries, and I'm like, it's 8 o'clock. I don't want to just eat by 9 or whenever, and then just have a full belly and try to go to sleep. I'm not doing that. I'll just get something from Arby's and then whatever, because Arby's is right there. And so I want the chicken bacon Swiss plain with a diet Dr. Pepper and curly fries. Like, okay. So I go to the next, I pay, they give me my sandwich, I go home. And I said plain. So normally that means, take the lettuce, tomato, and sauce off. What they thought it meant was take the lettuce, tomato, sauce, Swiss, and bacon off. So it was just a chicken breast sandwich that I paid extra for.
Oh no.
I paid extra for it because I wanted the chicken bacon Swiss, but no bacon or Swiss, please.
You're gonna have to be way more specific next time.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, this is it was the driest chicken sandwich you've ever had.
I bet you got through that Dr. Pepper just as quickly as you got through the sandwich, huh?
Yeah.
Man, that is so funny. Whenever my lady and I go to like Indianapolis or whatever, we will almost always stop at a Subway, either on the way there or back. And there's been maybe one time ever at various Subways where they're like, any condiments or sauce on your sandwich? And I'll say, yeah, can I just have a little bit of yellow mustard? And they're like, you got it. And just, it's just drenched. And like, it's fine. I love yellow mustard. I'll happily eat it. But, I'm trying to eat it one-handed while driving.
Yeah.
And it's like, just a little bit. I've gotten more creative too. I'll say like just a minuscule amount. And, like I said, only one time is it not coated in yellow mustard.
Yeah. As soon as you said that, I'm like, I know exactly what's going to happen here.
Yeah, and I get it. I'm sure they get way more people that are like more, or like, I asked for more and you put on like half it. I get it, but it's like, no, I'm asking for that little amount.
Dude, again, off subject, but this is something that I think You'll next time you go to Indianapolis, if it's still open, like Google it because like they're talking about selling right now. There is a place that's in like the suburbs of Indianapolis. It's called Dungeons and Donuts. It's a Dungeons and Dragons themed donut parlor.
What?
And I want to go so bad, but then they just announced that they sold out like recently, and they're probably gonna be closing. So I won't ever get to go. But
Donuts and Dragons.
Donuts and Dragons, sorry.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask my lady if she's been there. But yeah, anyway, good stuff. We got way off subject
We
there.
really did. But there's not a lot that we're going to talk about this week, so might as well have some banter.
That's true. That's true. I believe it's your go though, man.
It is? Okay. So Andrew McLean has a kaiju Kickstarter starting up tomorrow, and it's called Snarlagon. I'm pretty pumped. He's been posting pictures of it off and on for a while now. Love Andrew McLean, even though he did leave me on red on Instagram, but still love him.
Oh, what did you ask him?
I just asked if he wanted to promote on the pod, his upcoming Godzilla book and his upcoming Kickstarter on the podcast. I got left on red.
Well, at least we tried.
I know. I mean, he likes you more, so you might want to try.
I know. I'd be like, hey man, I've paid for your art. I've given you stickers. I have all of Headlopper signed. Why don't you? And he'd be like, I can't be bought. Shut up. Anyway. Are you gonna buy it? That's the question.
I'm when it comes out, it's gonna really depend on the tiers on how far down I go, but I do plan on it.
Yeah.
I kind of hate Kickstarter because it's like I'll, sign up for it tomorrow and then it's like 2 years later it finally came in.
Yep. I know. It is a real shame, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting a new Outsiders series from DC. It's going to be a 12-issue maxi series written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lanzig, with Robert Carey on the art. And the idea behind it is that Batwoman and Luke Fox don't really feel at home in Gotham. They just feel out of place with so many others running around. So they become archaeologists and go around diving into the history of the DC universe.
Boy, if only there was a character that was already an archaeologist that doesn't get used near enough.
Oh, really? Who's that, Casey?
I think Hawkman. I do love how there's this like, man, I need to change his scenery. Let's become archaeologists. This very easy field to get into.
Yep. I know. But hey, money can buy a lot of things.
Yeah. So you gonna check it out though?
I mean, probably not. Probably not. Unless the art's just killer. I just don't really care that much about those characters.
Yeah.
But it's 12 issues, and if I hear that it's really good, then I just might. What about you?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, is it literally just gonna be Luke and Batwoman?
I mean, probably not just, but they're going to be the focus.
I mean, it's Outsiders, so I mean, like if they add in some like other cool characters that we don't get to see very often, I might. But with it just being those two as the anchor of that book, I'm just like,
yeah.
I mean, Harley Quinn will get tossed in probably.
Batman for sure will be in the first issue. You know he will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still, at least they're trying something new.
Yeah.
Better than being like, you know what, Superior Spider-Man again.
Yeah. But speaking of trying something new, I'm very excited about this. If you couldn't tell from my hands rubbing back and forth against each other, we got a new book coming from DC Comics. Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong. It's coming in October. It's going to be written
So is
by
Casey.
I already did. Written
Yeah.
by Brian Buccellato and art by Christian Duce. And we've seen some, like, I don't know if you have, I've seen, art already, pictures and stuff. Looks dope. It's going to be stupid. Batman's got a mech. Because it's like, oh yeah, I got this giant fucking mech to fight the monster when I have a literal couple of gods over here and a Green Lantern.
He can't just sit it out.
Yeah, Batman's just sitting there going, oh yeah, I just made a fucking giant mech. It's like the people at Wayne Enterprises are like, we're hemorrhaging money. For some reason, there's been $2 trillion invested in giant robotics.
Yep, definitely not related.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. I went to the notes and you already had it in here, and I was like, fuck, I just know he was bricked up for that.
Yeah. I'm just like, this is too good. And this is what makes this even better now, is because we'll now have Marvel Godzilla versus DC Godzilla. So now we can see power scaling wise which one's better.
It'll be the DC one.
I don't know. I mean, Marvel one was weird because it's like at times he's like taking it to Thor and the rest of the Avengers, then other times he's shrunken down fighting rats and having trouble with that.
Right. The wasn't he, didn't he fight all of the champions as well? Wasn't that like one of the main champions things?
Well, it wasn't even, it was like one issue. Like the main thing with that book, it was like Shield chasing Godzilla.
I gotcha.
And then like there was one issue and like he stepped on Hercules and Hercules is like, ah, he pushed him off.
Right.
Hercules is just a big dreamboat. And
I just got that first Marvel issue in at work the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a good one. Really cool cover.
Yeah. All of those covers were good.
Yeah. All right. And my last bit of news, She-Hulk is relaunching in October. Same writer, Rainbow Rowell. Andre Ginolette is on art. It's going to be called Sensational She-Hulk. As we've said before, pretty fucking dumb that they're just renumbering it and calling it something different. I don't know why they won't just continue the run that it's on now. But anyway, that's a thing that's happening. I'm still happy because it means we get more Rainbow Rowell She-Hulk. So hopefully it's cool.
Rainbow should just take over Spider-Man too. I think she'd do a bang-up job.
I wish she'd write a Hellcat book.
Yeah, be good.
So, yep, there we go. I gotta ask, is it one you're gonna pick up?
Yeah. I've honestly not read any bad. I mean, I've not read a lot of Rainbow, but I've not read any bad Rainbow.
Yeah. And this is the only thing of hers I've read, so neither have I.
Yeah.
All right. Casey, unfortunately, did not get his books in on time this week, despite me giving it to the postal office on time. So I will just give some quick reviews because I think a lot of these, well, not a lot, like a chunk of these Casey will have read as well. But I read Hawkgirl #1, Moon Knight, City of the Dead #1, read Sonja #1, Blade #1, Superboy, Man of Tomorrow 4, Night Terror's Nightwing #1, Night Terror's Wonder Woman #1, and World's Finest 17. So I'll start off with Hawkgirl. It is written by Jadzia Axelrod, with art by Amanke Nahuelpan. So sorry about all of that.
I always say now you pan.
Maybe it is now you pan.
We know that can't be right.
I didn't like it, which is a shame because I was really looking forward to it. But I realized after I read this issue and didn't like it, I realize I don't like Hawkgirl. I like Hawkwoman, and they are very different characters. Um, Hawkgirl isn't made for me. It's made for somebody else. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm not upset that I didn't like it. It's just one of those books where I am not the demographic. So hopefully other people that were excited for it enjoy it. Art was okay, but I just didn't really care for the characters too much. Or the story in general. And of course, Batman had to make an appearance. That just bugs the shit out of me that they got to throw him and everything. It's like, okay, Batman being on one single page is not going to sell this book, and also it kind of takes me out of the story. But anyway, I don't know. I'm going to give it like a 5. I feel bad giving it anything lower because I don't know that it was a bad story. Just wasn't for me.
What's the difference between Hawk Girl and Hawk Woman?
So, like, Hawk Woman is like Shaira, the one that's been with Carter through all of those things, throughout all their lives. Hawk Girl, I don't really know her full backstory, but I just know she's not Shaira, so
Oh, okay.
I don't really know. And maybe she is written well. Um, I just didn't like it. I don't know. I don't
I
know what to
got you.
tell you. Yeah, I wish I
I
had a
see.
better
I
answer
just
for you.
didn't know that they were different people. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they are now.
yeah.
Um, the that Hawkman series that Venditti wrote, that was Hawkwoman, and I thought she was great, but anyway, it is what it is.
I got you.
If if anyone else did read this, let me know what you thought, because I would like to know. But moving on, we've got Nightwing, Moon Knight, City of the Dead, #1. It's written by David Pepose with art by Marcelo Ferreira. And this book was fine, totally fine. It's a little bit bigger than an average book, not by too much. I think, yeah, they only made it a $5 book, but um, essentially this gang tries to kill, and then kidnaps this kid, and he ends up like bleeding out on Hunter's Moon's table because that's where Mark took him. So Mark's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the spirit world and get this kid's soul back and save him. And then he goes there and he fights the gang that's there because they all died. But now they have like amped up Egyptian god powers down there. And also Scarlet Scarab makes her debut. And she's going to help out Moon Knight. And, we'll see if they save the kid. So it was fine. It's just so different from the regular Moon Knight series. It's so fucking good that it's like this was a bit of a letdown. So I'm going to give it a 6.5.
I don't know if you're gonna get this reference, but what Egyptian gods did they get? Was it Obelisk the Tormentor, or trying to think of the other one's names? Golden Eagle of Ra, I think is another one's name. It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not get the reference straight away, but no, it's not those guys.
Slifer the Sky Serpent. I think that's
That one I
another.
remember.
Yeah.
remember.
How do you not remember Obelisk? That was Kaiba's.
I mean, if I saw it, I'm sure I
Yeah,
would.
he's like, you're a third-rate duelist with a two-rate deck, you dumb bitch, Joey.
It's like, hey Yogi, what the fuck?
Yugi, I just need to save my sister.
That was a really good Joey impression.
As good as yours, buddy.
Wow. Anyway, moving on from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Red Sonja #1. Real pretty cover, as always. It's written by Torrin Groenbeck with art by Walter Giovanni. And this was a solid first issue. Sonja's being hunted by people that think they killed her queen or their queen. So she's trying to clear her name, and also the church is evil, question mark. Yeah. And then at the end, she goes to a tavern in another kingdom to relax because she just got away from everybody. But everybody drinking in the tavern, I guess something is in their drink, that or they're being like magically controlled, and they all pull weapons on her. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's the first issue. Pretty much every Red Sonja issue starts out that way, so no real complaints. Give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Nice. How's the interior art?
Not too bad. Not near as good as the Dan Abnett's, but
Yeah.
good enough. Okay. Now, interior art that's really fucking good. We've got Blade #1. I cannot find the fucking credits page. Oh boy.
I hope this book is better than the Blade Daughter series because that one was a rough get through. That first issue I read.
Yeah, I thought this issue was awesome personally.
Yes.
Are you getting it?
I think I did.
Okay. So it's written by Brian Hill with art by Elena Casagrande. Art is very, very good. Some of the villains and stuff he's fighting, like this guy here, like it just looks cool. Couple of good action scenes. There's a twist in there. Supernatural shit, and Blade just gets thrown into the middle of it like he always does. But yeah, just a really good setup issue. And I'm definitely on board for what's next. Like, I wish every Blade comic was like this one. This is what I want. This is fun vampire supernatural shit, and I loved it. So I'm gonna give it a 9, and I think it was my pick of the week.
Right on, man.
Next up, Superboy, Man of Tomorrow #4. It's written by Kenny Porter with art by Janoy Lindsay. Still good. It's always been good. And I think this is one of the stronger issues of the 4 that have come out. There's more stuff with that Green Lantern, with the kids turning evil. There's a really good Superman character moment in there, and like him talking about Connor, which I really liked. And then the interior art I think is really stellar. So I like this one a lot. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Nice.
I hope that, assuming that it's 6 issues, I hope that the next 2 are just like that it wraps up nicely. I just want it to be a good Superboy miniseries that I can suggest to people when they come in looking for something new.
Yeah.
All right, Night Terrors, Nightwing, #1. It's written by Michael Conrad and Becky Cloonan with art by Danielle Di Nicolo. I'll be honest, dude, didn't care for it.
That's disappointing. I honestly expected this to be your pick of the week.
Yep. I thought I was going to like it a lot, and I really just could not give one single shit about it. Nightwing is stuck in an asylum, and Scarecrow's there being weird, and then the Scarecrow and Nightwing are cellmates, and they're working on a plan to break out because everybody knows about the crime that Nightwing did, but he has no idea what they're talking about. So they just assume that he's crazy. And then at the very end, they bring in Babs, but she's like this weird cyborg type thing. And here's the part that I really disliked the least, and it was all on the final page with the barber thing. Like the whole issue, he's like this has to be a dream. I know I didn't commit a crime. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna figure it out. And then they bring in Cyber Babs at the end, and then Dick says in his head, well, first I killed my father, which happened in this book. It's Nightmare World. It's like, now they have the woman I love. I don't give a damn if this isn't real. I'll tear this whole place apart, even if it means destroying my own mind in the process. It's like, but that goes against literally the entire book up until this final page.
Well, it's Nightmare World.
I know, but it's like, if you didn't give a shit before now, if you knew it wasn't real, why do you believe Cyberbabs is real? I don't know. I just thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it like a 4. It's gonna be really tough for me to pick up that second issue. All right. Night Terrors Wonder Woman #1, written by Josie Campbell. Yes, Josie Campbell with art by Juan Ferreira. This book looked fucking awesome. Juan Ferreira is so good. It made me miss Gotham by Midnight so much. But it's him drawing Wonder Woman, Constantine, and Detective Chimp just going through hell, essentially, fighting monsters and trying to figure out what's going on. So Juan Ferreira just gets to draw all these crazy, cool monster fights. And, you know, I think Constantine is acts like himself. I know that we kind of had a problem with Spirit World where he wasn't very John. I think he's more so here. And then Diana and Chimp are great as well. But yep, ends on a sort of cliffhanger, but I'll definitely check out the second issue. And then there was a backup about Nubia, but I don't know. I had just read Nightwing before this, so I was very much kind of over Night Terrors at this point. Um, Not saying that I am in general. It's just Nightwing was so dumb that I was like, just one more to get through this week.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty much like when I saw the list of books this week, I'm like, I almost just didn't get any of them. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I gotta get action, but it's just so hard to care about Night Terrors.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still liking more than I dislike, but whatever. So yeah. Last for me is World's Finest. It's written by Mark Waid with art by Dan Mora. And essentially all this stuff with New Mazo comes to an end. I know Casey is looking forward to this, so I'm not going to say too much about it. How they do them in is a little bit goofy because I feel like it could have been done at any time. It just needed to happen this issue, so it did. But whatever. This book isn't super serious. It's more fun, and it was that. It was fun. So they tease something neat at the end that I'm looking forward to next time. And I thought this book was over, and it's not. They're continuing. So
Nice.
I'm
That's
not going to
awesome.
complain about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. Give it probably give it like an 8 or an 8.5. So
Nice, man. Right on. Well, what are you excited for in the coming week?
and there's a lot of books out this week.
Right.
So I'll say Night Terrors 2. I think that'll be
Oh,
pretty neat.
wait. So the second issue, Night Terrors, is out too. I didn't see
Yes.
that. Okay, I'll add that to my list.
And then I'll say probably Last Days of Lex Luthor. I hate that it's a fucking prestige format book,
Oh,
but
that sucks.
it's Mark Waid writing The Last Days of Lex Luthor, so I got to know what happens there.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about it all episode. I'll say She-Hulk 15.
Yeah.
With the runner-up being Silk. I'm hoping for a lot of Pirate Silk, but I know we're not going to get a lot of Pirate Silk.
Like you're just like taking mine over back to backs. So I'll say Ghost Rider, Godzilla, and New Burn. We haven't got New Burn in a while. But now it's Fantastic Four time. So I was thinking, what would be the perfect artist? And so I want you to take 4 characteristics of different artists and however you want, and just create the perfect artist. And I'll go first so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm thinking. So like Kevin McGuire's facial features, because like he does like the wonderful faces when he draws, and then like Tim Sale's overall style, because he's got that really neat Tim Sale style. Daniel Warren Johnson's fight scenes, because he's got the best fight scenes in comics. And then Jack Kirby's work rate, because Jack Kirby was doing like 80 books and they're all coming out, on time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Kenneth Rocafort's style. I love his style like the most. But with the mix of Liam Sharp's, I'm just gonna say craziness.
Okay.
I don't know how else to say it, but you know what I mean when it comes to Liam Sharp. I'm gonna mix that with Riccardo Federici's like world building / creatures that he draws. I think Kenneth can draw anything, but he's really good at people. And I think Ricardo's really good at like monsters and creatures. So that's sort of a balance there. And then Jordi Belair's colors, because she's probably the best in the biz, or at least one of them. So here we go.
Right on, man.
I would be fine with any one of our Frankenstein artists. All right. But that is the end of the episode. So, closing plugs, folks. If you would, please go to facebook.com/2worldspodcast to give the page a like. You can also follow us on Twitter at 2_worlds_PC and on Instagram and threads at 2worldspod. You can email us at 2worldspodcast@gmail.com. And if you would, head over to our YouTube channel and throw us a pity subscribe, please. We need some more subscribers over there.
And we're going to be doing more content. I'm hopefully going to record something this week that'll come out. I don't know when. So we'll see how that goes. That's the hope anyway. And let us know who your Frankenstein artist would be. What pieces you'd use of each artist. But we'd love to say in chat, but we gotta, show up in little kids' closets and scare them. Bye, guys.
Bye.